My family comes from a very strong sporting background for the last 70 years. My father was also a tennis and a champion for 25 years in Mombasa, and then he was also a very formidable cricketer, and I followed. And now my son Irfan plays professional cricket.
Kenyan International Sports Film Festival, I think it's the first of its kind in the continent of Africa. So I think it's really important for the athlete, firstly to put them on the map, to give them exposure, and also for the future generations. We want more people to be involved in sport, and we want them to see that it's a pathway that they can take which can lead them to a career, not only something to pass time.
If you look at most of our athletes, we have been in the international arena for as long time goes on. And I believe it's a high time that we now start profiling what Kenya has done over in the world, that the world knows more than probably we know. And all the stars that have been parading or flying our flag high up there in the international world, I think are all back here at home. And I believe that Kenyans need to know them more than the world.
The last 50 years, Kenyan have produced world stars. Whether you take athletics, whether you take hockey, cricket, boxing, and many other sports. But we have very little information or record that we keep for our sportsmen and sportswomen. So I'm hoping that this will trigger the Kenyans to realize that, look, if other countries are doing sports movies about their own superstars, why can't Kenya do the same thing?
All of us at some point in time in our lives have actually watched a sports movie, whether we knew it or didn't, from Rocky to Ali to The Champ. And also when you're watching Olympic Games, or you're watching the Commonwealth Games, or even just a regular Saturday afternoon football match, you're actually watching something that's related to both sports and film. So a festival that brings the two together, it's like the spectacular synergy. It's a perfect synergy between sports and film.
It's making its mark in Africa. So the first ever on the African continent. I, as a Kenyan, am proud to say that it's being hosted in my mother country, Kenya. And of course, Kenya is known for its athletics and it's for its rugby. And we are sports women and men in this country, and we have a lot to offer and to give.
Would like to welcome all Kenyans, and especially the international viewers, on this first ever Sports Film Festival in Kenya.
For more information, I really urge everyone to go to our website www.kisff.or.ke, or visit us on Facebook and Twitter and just see what's happening. The most important thing I'd like to say right now, we will be live streaming all the events. So anybody throughout the world can be able to interact with us on the various panel discussions and give their input, and we will be able to address their issues also live as we carry on this discussion. So yes, it is going to be a very exciting interactive session.
Come for this very important festival.
Please come and show your support for the Kenya Sports Film Festival, which will be in the National Museum from 22nd to 25th November. It should be a great festival, so please come out.